Y'all, Ariana Grande is back in the spotlight, and this time for her Instagram activity involving climate activist Greta Thunberg. Ariana has subtly thrown her support behind Greta Thunberg after she issued a savage statement against Donald Trump. Greta, for those who don't know, is a 22-year-old Swedish climate activist, and she was on the Gaza-bound aid flotilla, but she ended up getting detained and deported from Israel. And she took to Instagram yesterday to share a lengthy message for the US president. But before we get into all of that, you might be wondering how Ariana Grande is involved in any of this. Well, all of this conjured when Trump decided to refer to Greta as a troublemaker and suggested she has an anger management problem following her detention in Israel. For those who don't know, this occurred after Greta participated in the global Feud flotilla, which is an aid mission to Gaza that was intercepted by Israeli forces. Around 450 activists were arrested as part of this operation, and the movement states their goal was to break the illegal siege on Gaza by sea, open a humanitarian corridor, and end the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people. Now, a few days ago in the Oval Office, Trump made a remark to the press that Greta was, and I quote, so angry and so crazy, and advised that she should see a doctor.
Arresting and deporting activists that were traveling to Gaza. Today, Greta Thunberg, for instance, also some...
Well, she's just a troublemaker, you know. I mean, she's no longer into the environment, now she's into this. She's a troublemaker. She has an anger management problem. I think she should see a doctor. She needs anger. If you ever watch her, she's a young person. She's so angry. She's so crazy. Now you can have her. She's just a troublemaker. Yeah, please.
The fact Greta has hit the nerves of the president hard and made his administration just talk about her at 22 can tell you how priceless of a human she is, and how great and instrumental her work has been. Go on, Greta, you're very tremendous. Now, the reactions were pretty split. Some of the top comments on TikTok read, when Trump hates you, you know you're on the right side of history and humanity. We love you, Greta. He's such a vile, disgusting person. But others said things like, this is why Trump is the GOAT. Trump is absolutely spot on. Several of the activists who were detained while attempting to reach Gaza by sea have returned to their home countries to recount experiences of abuse, humiliation at the hands of Israeli authorities. And I quote, Italian journalist Saverio Tomasi said Israeli soldiers withheld medicines and treated prisoners like monkeys. This is called torture. It's called torture, a denial of human rights, even the most basic ones. Now, on October 7th, Greta herself had a message for Trump following the comments he made about her at the White House. She posted this on Instagram and sarcastically opened up writing, I heard Donald Trump once again has expressed his very flattering opinions on my character. And I appreciate his concerns for my mental health. To Trump, I would kindly receive any recommendations you might have to deal with these so-called anger management problems, since judging by your impressive track record, you seem to be suffering from them too. Enter Ariana Grande. Just hours after Greta's post, Ariana chose to follow Greta on Instagram and even liked her response to Donald Trump. This subtle yet deliberate gesture had sparked widespread speculation about Ariana's stance on activism, politics, and her broader public persona. Already, other celebrities are being drawn into the conversation, some like Taylor Swift are even being called out. But before we dive into that, Greta had also shared a post which has garnered over 2 million likes. She made this video captioned, Keep your eyes on Gaza.
And we are now many who are safe and released from imprisonment and absurd mistreatment, but many of our comrades from global Feud flotilla are not, and they need to be released now. But most importantly, we are not the story. Thousands of Palestinians are currently being held in Israeli dungeons without a trial, hundreds of which are children. Millions are living trapped under an illegal siege in an apartheid state and occupation, who are being systematically starved and bombed to pieces. Basic societal infrastructure is being targeted and destroyed, and Palestinians are being systematically deprived of their very, very basic rights and means to survive, such as producing their own food, controlling their own territorial waters. And just to have it said once again, of course we are not running errands for Hamas, nor are we terrorists. Israel think they can get away with only recycling their old arguments and smear campaigns to justify their atrocities without addressing the evidence of them committing a genocide. But the world sees through their desperate lies. Terrorism is defined as the calculated act of using violence to incite fear in a population for political control. Is that really what this peaceful humanitarian mission carrying food, medicine, baby formula in line with international law was doing?
Now, as I mentioned, Ariana's move did not go unnoticed because the internet will always find a way to stir up drama. The moment people realized she followed Greta and liked that post, the reaction split in half, you guys. We had one side of the internet that was so proud of her, calling it a subtle but powerful form of activism. They were like, yes, Ari, using your platform to quietly support climate action and stand up to Trump, we love to see it. But others weren't impressed, you guys. Thousands of people in the comments argued that liking a post is the bare minimum, especially coming from someone with the kind of reach Ariana has. Hundreds of millions of followers and massive cultural influence. So to them, this wasn't activism. They saw it as performative. Then, of course, another wave of fans clapped back at that take, pointing out that at least Ariana is still doing something. Like, be so for real, how many A-listers are even acknowledging issues like this? They said she's spoken out more than most celebs ever do. So yeah, the whole thing turned into this full-blown internet debate over whether Ariana's move was genuine activism or just a safe PR gesture. For those who follow Ariana, you know she's never shied away from using her platform to speak out on political and social issues, and in recent months, her social media presence has been full of posts that make her stance clear. She's been openly critical of Donald Trump, often calling out policies or statements she disagrees with. She's used her reach to address pressing issues like deportation policies, advocate for immigrant rights, and trans rights. She shared this post on her Instagram stories about a week ago, which was penned by Matt Bernstein, in which the post questioned Trump supporters about whether their lives have improved under his policies. The post she shared read, "I want to check in with Trump voters. I have one very genuine question. It's been 250 days since he took office. Now that immigrants have been violently torn from their families and communities have been destroyed, now that trans people have been blamed for virtually everything and live in fear, now that free speech is on the brink of collapse for us all," which I'm assuming the post here is referring to the whole Jimmy Kimmel ordeal, "has your life gotten better? Have your groceries gotten cheaper? Has your health insurance premium gone down? Has your work-life balance improved? Can you take a vacation yet? Are you happier? Has the widespread suffering of others paid off for you in the way he promised it would? Or are you still waiting?" Now, there was a whole discourse online after Ariana decided to share this. Obviously, Trump supporters weren't too happy with this, but other people said things like, these random celebrity takes are far more empathetic and meaningful than the current Democratic leadership. Just petty people focused on petty problems and their own portfolio. This was written by Matt Bernstein, but still cool that she's sharing it. Now back to Greta, because all over the comments after people found out Ariana followed and liked Greta's post yesterday, people were split down the middle. And it became a whole conversation about what suffices as bare minimum. Okay, so what classifies as not bare minimum? Even if she would have died on Israel for saving Palestine, it would be the bare minimum for them. Greta continues to be highly visible in global climate debates, and she's currently posting about Palestine all over her Instagram stories. But this gesture by Ariana Grande marks another moment in which Ariana subtly intersects her celebrity platform and social issues. It's not just an Instagram follow from anyone, it's an Instagram follow from a massive pop star. So that's why there's so much conversation around this, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below and what people are having to say. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.